I'm going to tell you about the night I called an ambulance for a girl who, according to everyone I asked afterward, never existed. I will never be able to explain. I was in my early 20s, living about 30 minutes outside Manchester, New Hampshire. It was one of those unsettled periods in life where you're searching for something, meaning, direction, purpose, without quite knowing what you're looking for. My grandmother was a deeply faithful woman. After my grandfather passed away, I began accompanying her to the Sunday service every week. Part of it was to support her. Part of it was something harder to name. A quiet need for grounding I couldn't fully put into words. My grandfather had been a decorated veteran, respected throughout our community. Losing him left a profound gap in her life, and yet her faith never wavered, not even in the darkest weeks of her grief. She told me she knew he was at peace, reunited with his Creator. The comfort that gave her was something I genuinely admired. Faith like that, the kind that holds steady even through loss, is rare. I think it's something people search for their entire lives without always recognizing that's what they're looking for. One Sunday after the service, I met a girl I had never seen before. In a community as close-knit as ours, that was unusual on its own. She was striking. Dark curly hair, deep hazel eyes, something about her presence that was quietly magnetic. After the service ended, I approached her. Her name was Kaylee. The conversation came easily, naturally. Every time I tried to ask her something specific, about her background, her family, she'd deflect with a laugh and tell me I'd have to earn those answers properly. I actually appreciated that. The banter was genuine, and eventually she did open up. Her family had recently moved to the area and she was attending a nearby college. That explained why I'd never seen her before. By the end of that afternoon, I had her number. Something about meeting her had shifted the weight I'd been carrying around for months. Over the following week, we texted frequently and connected on social media. Her account was quiet, very few followers, minimal presence. That suited me fine. She gradually told me more about her situation. Her home life had been difficult. Her stepfather was a deeply troubled man, and things had been hard for her and her mother for a long time. Her biological father was apparently worse. She wouldn't say much about him, only that they'd had to leave everything behind. Change schools, start over somewhere new, just to find some peace. I didn't push for more than she was ready to share. I was simply glad she trusted me enough to say anything at all. The following Sunday, she was at the service again. I asked her to meet me for a walk and coffee later that week. She smiled without hesitating and said yes. I spent the rest of the week thinking about it more than I care to admit. When the evening finally arrived, we kept things simple. A slow walk, a small cafe where we sat and talked for hours. She was a great listener, genuinely present in a way that's hard to find. By the time the evening wound down, neither of us seemed ready to end the night, so we kept walking, talking, moving through quiet streets on the edge of town as the sun dropped below the tree line. That's when everything changed. Without any warning at all, she stopped mid-sentence and began speaking in a language I didn't recognize. Fast, rhythmic, something close to French but not quite. At first I thought she was joking. Then I looked at her eyes. They had rolled back completely, only the whites showing. I reached for her arm, heart pounding, certain she was having some kind of medical episode. I guided her carefully to a nearby bench and called emergency services immediately, telling them I thought she was having a seizure. I stayed beside her, talking to her, not knowing if she could even hear me. Her head trembled slightly. Her lips kept moving in that strange, incomprehensible rhythm. And then, in the space of a single breath, it stopped. She snapped upright, blinked, looked at me with an expression I will never, for the rest of my life, forget. Wide, wild. Before I could say a single word, she was on her feet, running, full speed, into the darkness beyond the street, gone. I sat there, completely unable to move, until the paramedics arrived. I told them everything, every detail, no matter how strange it sounded. They searched the area and took my statement seriously, even though I'm sure I looked like I had completely lost my mind. She was never found. The following Sunday, she wasn't at the service. The Sunday after that, she wasn't there either. Her social media disappeared completely. When a friend tried her number for me, it had been fully disconnected. I asked around at the community quietly. No one had any memory of seeing her before the day I met her. It was as if she had never existed at all. I still don't know what happened to Kaylee. I don't know what that episode was. Medical. Or something else entirely. I don't know where she went or whether she's all right. I've carried that uncertainty for years now. What I do know is this. There are moments in life that refuse to be explained away, no matter how hard you try. Experiences that sit at the very edge of what we think we understand about the world. I don't know what to call what I witnessed that night, but I know it changed something in me, made me more aware of how fragile our sense of control truly is. We plan. We walk confidently into an ordinary evening, and then something happens that no amount of preparation could have anticipated. All we can do in those moments is stay present, stay calm, and trust that whatever we cannot understand is not beyond the knowledge of one who sees everything we cannot. I moved away from that town not long after. The memory of home is tied to that night in ways I've never been able to separate. I hope wherever Kaylee is, she found the peace her family was searching for when they left everything behind to start again. I still think about her. I probably always will.